Regardless of whether or not you like Pierre Poilievre and want him to be the prime minister, it's important for us to understand why people are drawn to him. Because for many people, they see the rhetoric, they understand the dog whistles, they remember what he did during the Freedom Convoy supporting the truckers and marching with white nationalists, and immediately their mind jumps to how could anybody vote for them, how could anybody support them. But we have to understand the political climate to see why we got here. While housing is specifically a municipal and provincial issue, the federal government hasn't done anything to make young people believe that things are going to get any better. But because the feds have pushed it off, it makes young people feel as though the government doesn't care about them and isn't going to do anything for them. And you can say, oh yeah, we have the Canada Child Benefit, and there's the dental care program and the child care program, and those are all fantastic. But when young people feel as though there is no hope for the future, none of that really matters. They can't think about kids, they can't think about dental care when they don't have their other needs met. Like, I'm not a fan of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but this is basic Maslow stuff. Like, the physiological needs are not being met, so people can't think about the other things. They can't think about love and belonging, esteem, or self-actualization, and they can't empathize with other people when they themselves are in positions where they feel as though there is no hope, and they are stressed and full of anxiety about the future. And Pierre has made his messaging very consistent. He is going to help with the affordability crisis. He is going to help with the housing crisis. How? He hasn't really said yet. And honestly, unless he's going to start talking about more social housing projects, I don't think that he will have a solution for the housing crisis, but Trudeau doesn't seem to have one either right now. So when faced with the option of more of the same or trying this other guy, even if it might be bad, people are willing to take that risk. So when people make the comment, oh, I can't believe how anybody could ever vote for Pierre and the Conservatives, I don't really think that's a fair assessment. Especially if they live in one of those two-party ridings where it's only ever the Liberals or the Conservatives who can win, they might feel trapped and they can only vote for one of those two parties. And if the Liberals aren't doing it for them, what's the other option? Regardless of how you feel about the validity of his statements, regardless of how you feel about what kind of job he would do, Pierre is doing good politicking right now. He is speaking to the people, and they are hearing that. They are picking up on the things that he is saying. And they're also choosing not to pick up on the things that they don't necessarily agree with. Because when people's needs aren't met, they just choose to focus on what they really, really need right now. And right now, young people need housing.